MaXXXine.
MaXXXine.
MaXXXine is a disappointing but stylish and cool follow-up to X and Pearl. Now in Hollywood trying to achieve fame and fortune, Maxine Minx, a renowned adult film star, is trying to transition into mainstream serious acting and movies. She wants to be a star, but her past is catching up to her and a serial killer is on the loose. MaXXXine is the third in the X trilogy and it's sadly the worst of the three films. What's most noticeable about this entry is the style, the flair, the overall visual splendor and the score. This is a film where a lot of attention and detail has been put into what exactly we see and hear. It oozes the 80s with fantastic production value, some great shots and a cool tone and mood throughout. It's certainly the best looking and sounding of the trilogy by quite a margin. Then you'll notice the cast. Unlike the prior films, this one is made up of well-known names and faces. Goth leads yet again and she exudes a fun, confident and arrogant personality. She's a wannabe star with the skills and talent and she knows it. Whenever she's on screen, her character's motivations, goals, desires and personality is also on display. It's a great performance. The rest of the cast are good, but many of them don't get a lot to work with. Many of them are Hollywood, 80s, horror and noir stereotypes. There's a dirty PI, a snobby film director, punks, sexualized women, self-righteous religious fanatics, shady agents and more. The film tries to poke and examine a lot of things, and it does so often on a surface level basis. This leads to the biggest issues I have with the film: its story. Its story starts off well, but at about halfway through it starts to drag a bit. Its reveals, twists, surprises and revelations are then incredibly disappointing and underwhelming. The film wants to examine the horrid life of Hollywood stardom, the hardships one must go through to make it big, but as already mentioned, it often provides a simplistic surface level examination of it. As a slasher and a horror film, it's also somewhat lacking. The overall tone and vibe work well in this regard, but there's very little in terms of genuine scares, horror or even death and violence. When it is there though, it's over the top, grisly, gory and even a little funny. The film does have a sense of humour and that works well. MaXXXine was one of my most anticipated films of the year and it's now one of my most disappointing ones. Its look, sound, tone and vibe are fantastic. On a production level it's very good. The cast is also good, but not all of them get a ton to work with. Its story is lacking though, with underwhelming twists and surprises and a lack of well thought out commentary. I sort of enjoyed it, I was captivated by the style on display, but the longer it went on, the more disappointed I became.